All right, so let's look at question 1. So for question 1 here, to simplify this, we just need 3 things. We need to get rid of the brackets. So we shall just say brackets. So here I will say brackets. After that, that's 1. After that, you group. So group the like terms. After grouping the like terms, 3, you add or subtract. These are the 3 things that you need. So let's look at this. Here they are saying simplify. So without wasting our time, we'll check at what is in front of the brackets. So we shall say 3x minus y plus, okay? You can see that plus a 2x minus 3y. So just multiply negative by y. It's a negative. Negative by negative will give us a positive. And then the 2x will come here. So we've done this step 1. Step 2, we group the like terms. So 3x plus 2x minus y minus 3y. And from here we can say this is giving us a 5y minus this one is of course giving us a 4y. So this is our answer for question 1. Question 2, to factorize completely, we are simply going to say, what is it that is common here? It's a, y. So a is here and here, y is found here, while a is here also and here. So we're going to say ay into ay squared y. It's x squared. Minus here it will be 4y squared. Okay. So once you do that, you're of course going to apply what we call difference of two squares inside here. We shall have ay, okay, ay, and then open bracket, x power 2 minus 2 power 2, y power 2. And from here, of course, you can say ay is common, and then you open bracket, and then here we shall have x plus 2y close x minus 2y. This is what we call difference of two squares. For the next question here, they're saying if y is 1 minus 2x inside the brackets, 1 plus x inside the brackets, minus 1, find the value of x for which y is equal to negative 2. So we're going to get a y is equal to 1 minus 2x, 1 plus x minus 2. I've just gotten what is here. And in place of y, you substitute a negative 2, which is here, equal to 1 minus 2x, 1 plus x, and a minus 2 here. So we are going to get everything to this side of the equation. We shall have a 1 minus 2x, 1 plus x minus 2 plus a 2 is equal to a 0. Okay, when negative 1 comes this side, it will be positive 1. So here we can say we've got 1. Okay, I hope you're able to see. We've got 1 minus 2x, 1 plus x is equal to 0. Okay, so here we can say 1 minus 2x is equal to 0, or 1 plus x is also equal to 0. From here, you can say minus 2x is equal to minus 1. Okay, you divide by minus 2 by minus 2. This and this will go. We shall remain with x is equal to 1 over 2. So the value of x is equal to 1 over 2, while x here will just be equal to a negative 1. This one comes this side. Okay, so from here, we go to the next question, of course. That is question 4. Okay, so the sides will be represented using small letters. And then the capital letters are representing angles. This is what we are finding, PQ. So PQ, if you can see, we've got 2 angles and 1 side. We're supposed to use sine rule. So it will be small letter r over sine capital letter R is equal to small letter p over sine capital letter P. This is the formula that we need to use. So we are looking for this side. So it should be this and this, this and this, or this and this, this and this. But remember that when coming up with a formula, when you write small letter r on top, down here should be a sine capital letter R. The same applies to this term. Okay. So now, here, what is our small letter r? When you look at this, is what we are looking for. So we're going to maintain, here we shall say, small letter r is what we are looking for over sine. The angle here will be 98. Okay. I know most of you are wondering that how did I get to find 98? So I've decided to use 98 for a purpose. Okay. You can see here, when you use property of a triangle, here, this is a capital letter R. We don't know this angle. So to find this angle, we are going to say 180 degrees minus the sum of these two angles. That is a 46 degrees plus a 36 degrees. So when we simplify here, we're getting a 180 degrees minus these two. When they get added, they are giving us a 82 degrees, which is equal to, here it will be a 98 degrees, meaning the angle here is a 98 degrees. So we can use that 98, which is equal to, for small letter p, it's a 36.5 over sine capital letter P, it's a 46 degrees. So this is a 46 up here. So we can cross multiply. We shall have sine 46 degrees multiplied by r is equal to 36.5 multiplied by sine 98 degrees. We now divide by sine 46 degrees by sine 46 degrees. These two go. We shall of course remain with r. Okay. This is r is equal to, when we punch on our calculator, this is giving us a 50.2 meters. So this is the length PQ. It's a 50.2 meters. Okay. So that's it. So the next question here, they are saying we calculate the area. For area to be calculated, we are going to say area is equal to 1 over 2 PR sine capital Q. So look at this. When finding area, you always start with 1 over, you get an included angle. This is an included angle because it has got both sides, this side and this side. It's an included angle. So we're going to use this P, the sides which are forming the angle. In other words, you multiply these sides and use also the angle which is being formed. So this is where the formula is coming from. So we shall say equal to 1 over 2. P, if you're able to see, that's a 36.5. And then Q there is a 50.2 sine. Okay. Well, this is R. Sine capital letter Q is a 36 degrees. So we're going to get our calculator. We punch everything that is on top. So we've got 1 times 36.5 times 50.2 times sine 36 degrees. This is giving us a 1076.99. Actually, it's a 4 here. 499.8918. I hope this is what you're also getting. Over 2. When you divide by 2, this is coming out to be equal to 538.499458 meters squared. So we can round off. This will be like this in 3 significant figures. This is how the answer will look like. Okay. The last question, they are saying we calculate the shortest distance. So for shortest distance, you need the formula which will be like this. Area is equal to 1 over 2 BH. Okay, 1 over 2 BH. So for area here, we're going to write the previous answer that we found, which is equal to 1 over 2. For B, it will be a 50.2, and then H there. Why am I saying B is 50.2? Here, in the question they said from R to PQ. So what has been mentioned, these two letters, the length PQ, is what you should put as your B, okay? Because it's coming from P all the way to PQ. So you cross multiply here, so that would be a 538 times 2, which will give us a 1076, which is equal to 50.2H divided by 50.2 by 50.2. These two will go, and the height or shortest distance, which is H, will come out to be equal to 21.4 meters. So that's the height or the shortest distance. So we now go to the last question. Please keep on watching up to the end of this video. All right, so for our last question in this revision is to write the 4 inequalities. So the inequalities that we have, I know R must be here. So the inequalities that we have, there is this one, this one, this one. There are 4, of course. So start with those which are passing at one axis. This is y-axis. We've got this. So we can say this is 6, okay? Right here, it's 6. So how is the inequality going to be? So let me write the inequality so that you see. What line is this? This is the y-axis. And this inequality is passing at 6 on the y-axis. We can say this is y is less or equal to 6. I hope you can see. It's passing at 6. What line is this? This is the y-axis. Is less or equal to 6. And how did I know that it's less or equal to 6? It's because when you look at this line, where it's shaded, it's the greater. And we get the opposite, which is the less. Can you see? We don't want this. It's what is shaded. So we get the opposite, which is the less. Same applies to this, because this is x-axis. And when you check nicely, this is x is less or equal to 4. It's passing at 4. This side is greater. We get the opposite, which is the less. For this one is x is greater than -1. It's passing at -1 on the x-axis. And this side is what is not shaded. Is what we're going to get. We always get the side which is not shaded. And it's a greater which is not shaded. For this one, you're going to pick the coordinates. Actually, this is -2. So we've got 2, 0. This is 2, 0 here. While here it's 0, -2. So this is 2, 0, 0, -2. So get those coordinates. I want you to see. Find the gradient using this equation, formula. This is the formula we're using to find the gradient. So when we substitute, this would be x1, y1, x2, y2. So this would be a -2 minus 0 over, here it's a 0 minus 2. When we simplify here, we're getting a -2 over -2, which will give us a 1. So we know that our m is a 1. We can therefore use this formula to find equation of a straight line. This is a formula. So on this formula, we can get n of the coordinates. I'll get this. So I'll say this is -2, y-axis, equal to m is a 1. And then here, x is a 0 plus c. I'm solving for c. This would be a -2 equal to c. So the value of c is a -2. We can now write back. This is like this. Okay. You maintain y. Where there's m, you write it's a 1. And you maintain x, so it will be 1x, which is this one. And where there is c, you write -2, which is here. And the inequality here will be y is greater or equal to x minus 2. Y is greater or equal to x minus 2. So how did I know that this is y Can you see this is y is greater or equal to x minus 2? It's because when you look at this inequality, it's shaded down here, and we're getting the opposite, which is the top part. That's how it is. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you also want to join our intensive revision, this is a number that you can use so that we help you pass your exams in all the subjects: mathematics, English, biology, civic education, commerce, and many more subjects. Thank you so much.